Longer on the team, but Dez Bryant is all the talk at Cowboys camp tonight after blasting Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, even Sean Lee. In fact, it was a Dez Bryant Friday afternoon tirade on Twitter, and tonight the Cowboys are responding. Good evening. Thanks for being with us on this Friday night. I'm Doug Dunbar. Bill Jones live for us to get us underway out at Cowboys Training Camp in Oxnard, California. Bill?
Yes, Doug, let's call it Cowboys Twitter Storm 2018. Former Cowboy Dez Bryant rattles off a series of tweets after seeing a Stephen Jones quote on Twitter that was taken out of context. It all happened just as the Cowboys hit the practice field this afternoon. The inflammatory Dez tweets directed at Stephen Jones, Sean Lee, and Travis Frederick, who found out about it at the end of practice. Dez saying he's tired of being made the scapegoat in Dallas, saying the real problem is the blank garbage blank play calling. Everybody lined up in the same spot for 17 weeks. In a later tweet saying Jerry was the only one who was clueless. Blank was planned to get me out. Asked Travis and my brother Snake Lee, Sean Lee. And then more on Lee, saying they laughed and sat right across from each other in the locker room. Never thought they had a problem. I got cut. He was the first to know. I found out he was also behind it. Sean Lee says he loves Dez, but otherwise minced no words.
To be honest, we did butt heads because I wanted Dez to be more accountable to this team and his teammates. And to be honest with you, a lot of the team felt that way. I think he needs to look at himself and hold himself accountable.
He knows what we think of him. Obviously these are tough times, in terms of, how this has turned out. And Dez is thinking about his future, and certainly not easy on anybody. We all know but no one knows more about what I think of Dez than me, and it certainly wasn't intended to be negative.
Stephen Jones says he thinks the world of Dez. Dez Bryant was released by the Cowboys back on April 13th and has yet to hook on with another team. Strong words from Travis Frederick coming up a bit later in sports. For now, Bill Jones live in Oxnard.
Okay, Bill, thanks for straightening everything out there. Now,
to be honest, we did butt heads because I wanted Dez to be more accountable to this team and his teammates.
Dez Bryant was always the loudest player on the Cowboys practice field, and he was once again today. And he wasn't even here. He was on Twitter. The Twitter storm began with Dez responding to a Stephen Jones quote that was taken out of context. Dez pointing a finger at the Cowboys' garbage blank play calling, everybody lining up in the same spot for 17 weeks, and accusing Travis Frederick and my brother Sean Lee, of having input on his release from the Cowboys.
I think he needs to look at himself and hold himself accountable. Thank you.
No, it's certainly disappointing. Like I said, I think one of the unifying things that we have as players is that we're teammates and that we all play this game and we all sacrifice together. So it's disappointing when you hear guys turn against each other. But I think in the end, Dez was a great teammate of mine, and I would still consider him a friend.
Be distracting for the players at all? You guys have been focused so much on moving forward.
I don't think so. The guys will handle this and move on.
And that wasn't the only story making some national headlines today. The national anthem story just won't go away. President Trump praising Jerry Jones' stance today, and Dak Prescott was asked about it today, very eloquently answering questions, supporting Jones' stance, saying he has always and will always stand for the anthem, believing that a better place can be found to make our country better.
No, I never protest. I never protest during the anthem, and I don't think that's the time or the venue to do so. I think this whole kneeling and all that was all about just raising awareness, and the fact that we're still talking about social injustice years later, I think we've got to that point. I'm up for taking a next step, that whatever that step may be, for action and not just kneeling. I've always believed standing up for what I believe in, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Tomorrow we will talk football here in Oxnard. The Cowboys do put on the pads tomorrow, but up next, a can't-miss postcard from camp, a dream come true for a fallen police officer's son. Postcard from camp. A heartwarming story we told you about yesterday when 9-year-old Caden Sprague, the son of a fallen Texarkana police officer who died 5 years ago, departed Dallas for Cowboys camp, and he enjoyed his first day here today, filling up his Cowboys helmet with autographs.
There you go.
Dak Prescott, the #1 draft pick for this year, Leighton.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of other people. And more to come.
I think you got another one right here.
What's up, Caden?
Not much.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
I see you got a nice little fancy football here, but I don't think you have a Byron Jones autograph. That's unfortunate, isn't it?
To be here and to watch him just be in awe as a support for those who have understood his sacrifice as a child to be raised without his dad, and then to come here and him get to experience nothing but absolute joy is overwhelming as a mom.
Caden's dad was hit by a hit-and-run driver, killed by a hit-and-run driver 5 years ago. So many men in blue, Doug, helped to make this trip possible, and Caden and his family are here throughout the weekend.
Those brothers and sisters in blue are something special. Bill Jones, thank you very much. We'll be right back.